Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into Hopkinton High School for Hopkinton Hillers Girls Varsity Lacrosse, and we are underway between the Hopkinton Hillers and the Medfield Warriors. Tom Nappy on the call, and Joe Frackleton on camera on a beautiful spring sunny day. It's the home opener for the Lady Hillers as they work right to left across your screen, or actually Medfield working right to left across your screen right now. Hillers will work left to right, and Medfield with possession. In net for the Hillers, it is Marissa Smith. She's your keeper as Saneed Her works her way up the near side. And now Kira O'Connor with it. We'll make that Jamie Arena, number 19, who flings it over. Medfield gets it back, and it's taken by Carrie White. Flung up the field by Ann McCarthy. Hillers led by head coach Caitlin Berry, who's back for another season at the helm. And you certainly can't ask for better conditions than we have here today. And we're going to get a score from Medfield to start things off. Medfield takes the early lead, and they lead it 1-0. And it's two halves in girls lacrosse. I believe on that first goal that was Carrie White. So a nice start for Medfield. And it's a running clock for girls lacrosse as well. And Medfield quickly working into Hillers territory once again. And we'll have a save this time by Marissa Smith. Up along the far side now. Hillers working their way arena. Now it is Saneed Her out in front to Tarigny. Bit of an early start to this one. They started a few minutes early, threw us off a bit, but we're ready to go. Dacey rushing in, takes a shot, and it's deflected away. And in net for Medfield, it appears to be Isabella Ione, or Iannone. Warriors with it now along the near side. That is Alexandra Blake. Pass up over to Carrie White. And we get a stoppage here. Green Campbell set to rush in. Takes the shot, and it's deflected away. Medfield still in control. Warriors some good momentum early on in this one. Another stoppage here. Off the reset. Trying to close in. And it's taken by Hopkinton. Hiller's trying to rush in. Loose ball on the ground, trying to pick it up, Jamie Arena. And Medfield gets the stop. Hopkinton 0-1 on the young season. Medfield 1-0. Warriors taking it back upfield. Alexandra Blake, and now loose along the near side. Acadia McDonald trying to pick it up. She will. Here comes Acadia. Gets by her intended target. Picked up by Tarigny. Behind the net she goes. Up along the far side now. The Hiller's doing a nice job on this possession, controlling the ball. Now it's loose. Warriors have it. Rushing in. And we're going to get another score. That was a good feed. And putting it in, that was Cassie McDonald. So Cassie McDonald makes it a 2-0 game at 18:45 left to go in the first half. I believe it was Kerry White who got the feed over to McDonald. Off the face-off. Loose ball picked up by Emily Hayward. Hayward trying to fling it over. And we might have too many players on the field here. It looks like the official was counting the amount of players out there. Off the reset. It'll go to the Hillers. As Dacey gets it over to Scanovan. Kayla Scanovan goes to the far side, picked up by Hayward. Hayward out in front, gets it over to Dacey. Dacey's going to be diverted. Loose ball. And some contact there. It'll go Medfield's way. Warriors work it up into Hillers territory. Out in front, driving in. He'll get a reset as Kelly Blake tried to take it in. Blake with a big opportunity here. Rushes in, takes it, and it's blocked. Good block there by Marissa Smith. Warriors working around the net. And we get another score here. It's going to be Ann McCarthy with a score for Medfield. Able to pop it in and make it a 3-0 Medfield lead at 16:30 left to go. And a good start for the Warriors. Well, First home game for the Hiller girls. And we'll have all kinds of spring sports coming up for you. This week on HCAM, we'll have outdoor track tomorrow, and then weather pending, we're hoping to have the boys lacrosse game on Thursday. And a shot and another score for Medfield, pouring it on. And this time it's going to be Alexandra Blake. And not to start Hopkinton envisioned, but Medfield just getting those good shooting opportunities. And that score comes at 16:02 left in the first half. And also on Friday, we'll have Hiller softball at 4 p.m. as they take on Westwood, followed by the baseball game at 6:30 p.m. Nice double dose of softball and baseball for you on Friday. Here comes Saneed Her. Her rushing up the field. Takes it, and it's wide. That's going to stay with the Hillers. Jamie Arena able to get there. Hillers trying to get some momentum going as they trail 4-0. Scanovan with it. Scanovan takes a shot and a save by Iannone. Iannone set to release. Gets it over to Blake. Oh, Medfield, they certainly have a very well-renowned lacrosse program. They've been in the postseason recently, deep in the postseason many times, as Ann McCarthy's shot is deflected away. Medfield still in control. Out in front, and nice pass by Ann McCarthy over to Kelly Blake for the score. That makes it a 5-0 score. And 14:34 left. And I know the Hillers, they lost a lot of players to graduation last season. Certainly still have some familiar names from that team, but a lot of new faces as well. Medfield quickly working into Hopkinton territory. Closing in. Out in front, and McCarthy looking for another shot. Was turned away. Warriors remain in control. Cassie McDonald with it. Over to Ann McCarthy, or make that Alexandra Blake. And they go around the net. Out in front, shot, turned away, goes wide from Kelly Blake. Blake looking to send it out. Now Cassie McDonald with it. And there goes Cassie McDonald off the reset. Up top, over to Green Campbell. Now out in front, shot and a score, and it's Kelly Blake once again. Kelly Blake with her second. A 6-0 Medfield lead at 13:02 left to go in the first half. And Medfield, their first win of the season, got a nice win over Holliston last Friday. As for the Hillers, they fell to Westwood. 19-2 was the final in that game. But it's a tough stretch for this young Hopkinton team at the beginning of the season. And we get yet another score by Medfield. And this time it's Ann McCarthy. So they continue to pour it on. And they lead it 7-0 at 12:44 left. And we'll get a Hopkinton timeout. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Girls Varsity Lacrosse on HCAM. Hillers hoping to get a little momentum going after a tough start against this talented Medfield Warriors team. Tom Nappy on the call, happy to be with you. Joe Frackleton on camera. And here comes the Warriors. Blake sends it behind the net. Well, it's McCarthy with it. Now out in front, loose ball. Medfield ends up back with it as it's picked up by McCarthy. Sends it out, a shot, and that ends up going in. She thought she had the stoppage, but or maybe she did. No, she did get the stoppage. Just able to pick it up before it rolled past the goal line. And another stop here for Hopkinton. We will get a reset. Alexandra Blake with it. Going to drive in, take the shot, and it's wide. It'll stay with Medfield. Sent over by Eliza Young along the near side. Trying to close in with it is Alexandra Profrock. And Hillers get it back, taken by Rachel Bouvier. Bouvier rushing up the near side. Hillers certainly happy to clear their zone. Scanovan with it. Finds Bouvier. Now Dacey. Well, Hiller's going to need to get aggressive here. Get some bodies in front of the net and try to create some opportunities. And there's a shot turned away. It was Hayward getting the shot off. I ain't able to play it off for Shin, it appeared, and get it out of the danger zone. Scanovan now rushing in. Reached the 10-minute mark of the first half as Scanovan airs that one a little high. It's going to stay with Hopkinton. And a shot and a Hillers score. Emily Hayward scores the first Hillers goal. Makes it a 7-1 game. Comes at 9:33 left to go in the first half. A well-needed score by the Hillers. Medfield gonna try to retaliate. Sent over by Blake. Trying to bring it out at Olivia Smith. Picked up by Blake behind the net. And another score. And that is, I believe it was Kelly Blake popping that one in. That comes at 8:54 left in the first half. Makes it an 8-1 game. Get a reset. Goes over to Hopkinton. With it is Zarina. Need her. Sends it out in front. Taking it out, Dacey. And over to the far side. Hayward trying to close in. Hayward out in front, takes a shot, deflected away. Oh, good deflection there by Iannone. Arena sends it over to Hayward. Trying to close in, running into traffic, Arena, and the ball comes loose. Medfield has it. Here comes Lauren Schofield. And a loose ball along the near side, picked up by Ann McCarthy. And battle for it here at midfield now. McCarthy comes away with it. Picked up now along the far side by Hopkinton. And intercepted there by Medfield. Is Ann McCarthy able to reach up and pull it down? Up along the far side, nice pass. Out in front by Blake. Hillers get it back off the wide pass, Iannelli. Up to the near side, loose ball. Scooping it up, Hayward. Hillers trying to set up shop in front of the net. Dacey. Closing in, shot and a score. Nice goal there by Emma Dacey. That makes it an 8-2 score with 6:23 left in the first half. Face off. And here comes Medfield. Pass over by Blake to Kelly Blake. Out in front. we get a stoppage. Medfield ball. Out in front. Yeah, Hillers get it back. Here comes Sanit Her. Up to Daisy. Out in front now. Hayward. Trying to close in. Shot, and that is in. Another score for the Hillers. As Emily Hayward with her second goal of the game. Makes it 8-3. So the Hillers continuing to hang around, and they got some momentum going. They got the 2 last goals as they look to fight their way back into this one. Off the face-off. Hillers have it. Picked up by Bouvier. And we'll get a reset. Hillers trying to work their way up. Lauren Canty with it. Feeds it out. Now Bella Silva. Bouvier sends it over. Hayward with it. Putting on the moves. Out in front. Nice pass and a nice shot. Hayward to Daisy, and Daisy to the net. That's Daisy's second score. Look at that, Hillers, the last 3 scores. Closing in. They make it 8-4 with 4:16 left to go in this first half. And we'll get a timeout, 4:16 left to go. Medfield 8, Hopkinton 4. You're tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Girls Varsity Lacrosse on HCAM. Off the timeout, an 8-4 score. The Hillers with the last 3 goals. Daisy with a pair and Hayward with 1. And Medfield hasn't scored since the 9:54 mark, so it's been about 5.5 minutes now as the Hillers look to work their way back into this game. Medfield going to be aggressive off this timeout. Out in front, and it's going to be picked up by Marissa Smith, the keeper. Along the far side, Jesse Iannelli. Gets it up to Daisy. Now to Mosier, and ball got loose, taken by Medfield. Working it up, Chloe Shield. Good passing by the Warriors as they quickly get into the defensive zone and the attacking zone. Blake with it, flings it up. And there's a shot and a score. Alexandra Blake, the Blake sisters connecting. Alexandra with the goal and Kelly with the assist. And a well-needed score for Medfield to keep momentum on their side. Comes at 3:07 left. Off the draw. And Medfield gets it. Blake rushing in. Warriors do a good job at attacking the net and setting up shop in front of that goal. McCarthy sends it over to Blake, and Blake pops it in. That was just a great pass by Ann McCarthy, and Blake just rushes in, gets in front of the net, and able to put it in at 2:43 left to go in this first half. Picked up by Kelly Blake. Bannister trying to take it down. Sent over by McCarthy. Loose ball. It'll go Hopkinton's way. Medfield quickly, they're trying to get it back. Loose ball along the far side, picked up by Medfield. And a shot and a score. That was Alexandra Blake. That's her second goal in the last minute or so. Just above a minute. She had one at 3:07 left. Now 11-4 at 1:56 left. Picked up by Kelly Blake, gets it over. Pass up by Fiscaldo. Near side, Bannister trying to get a grasp on it, able to pick it up. Able to find McDonald. Cassie McDonald out in front. Over to Ann McCarthy. Back to McDonald now. McCarthy gets it out in front to Kelly Blake. Blake sends it over. Bannister lost it. Trying to pick it up is the Hillers. Is Zionelli able to pick it up? Get a reset here. We'll stay with the Hillers. 47 seconds left to go in the first half. Iannelli. And now it's taken by Medfield. Out in front, shot off the goaltender. Ball still loose. It was Ann McCarthy getting the shot off, and then it's going to be pushed in. I believe that was Alexandra Blake who picked it up and put it in. So Medfield adding on here in the final seconds of the first half. It's 12-4 score now, and 30 seconds to go. Medfield quickly working up into Hillers territory. There's a quick shot, a little high by Cassie McDonald. Clock continuing to run. Does go to the Hillers. Not much time to do anything though. 5 seconds left. Now you really just want to contain the ball. And that's going to do it for the first half. After one half of play, it's Medfield 12, Hopkinton 4. A good competitive game. The Hillers able to get a little goal streak going, but this Medfield team, a lot of experience and certainly a lot of talent, and they lead it 12-4. As we head into the second half, you are tuned into Hopkinton Hillers Girls Varsity Lacrosse on HCAM. And welcome back into the Hopkinton High School Athletic Complex as we are ready for the second half. 25 minutes on the clock, a 12-4 lead for Medfield. We'll switch ends, and Medfield will work left to right across your screen. The Hillers, a young team, and able to get some glimpses of momentum in the first half. Certainly hoping to get a little more momentum going in this half. Well, Medfield went pretty far in the postseason last year. They went all the way to the East Division II semifinals, where they fell to Dover Sherborne 15-11. And the Hillers, they lost in the first round of Bishop Feehan 15-9. And I don't believe it was not the state tournament last year, but they did have a regular type of season. This year, of course, will be a state tournament format, as we saw in the fall and winter sports. With it for the Warriors, Cassie McDonald. And McCarthy now. It was good to see Spring get a full season and a full postseason, especially after having no season back in 2020 and a very brief season in 2021. We get a penalty stoppage here. Alexandra Profrock with it. And she'll have the free shot coming out of the free position. Rushing in, and it's dropped out in front of the net. It was picked up by Marissa Smith. It is going to stay with Medfield. A little bit of contact there as Profrock flings it out. Gets by her target, Cassie McDonald, but she's able to pick it up. Attempting to close in. And we'll get a reset here. Out of the free position. Out in front is Ann McCarthy. And we get a nice shot, and it's put in. That was Kelly Blake with another one for Medfield. Makes it a 13-4 game. Comes at 23:07 left in the second half. Medfield has it, collected by Blake. McCarthy. Back to Blake. Pass over by White. Trying to close in Profrock. Back to White. Out in front. Blake with a shot. And that is in. Another great goal there by Kelly Blake. She's racking up the points today. That makes it a 14-4 Medfield lead. And 22:15 left, and we're on the running clock since it's a 10-goal lead for the Warriors. Of course, if the Hillers get one and get within 10, that running clock will no longer be a running clock. But if it's 10 or more, we get the running clock. And McCarthy with it, drops it. Trying to pick it up. It's taken by the Hillers as Jesse Iannelli scoops it up. And a play along the far side, Medfield ball. Pass over to Schofield. And here comes White. Liza Young feeds it behind the net to Profrock. Out in front. And a nice job there by Sanid Her, able to take it away. Her rushing up the far side. Goes back to Medfield. I believe she went out of play. Trying to close in Blake. Alexandra Blake out in front. And it comes out of the net, Eliza Young. Picked up by Iannelli. Into Medfield territory. Hayward. Over to Scanovan. Now Tarigny. Back to Scanovan. She's just looking for a gap to try to close in. And a nice pick set. As Scanovan tried to close in, but some contact initiated, and it's going to go to Medfield. Or correction, is it? No, we'll go to Medfield. Kelly Regan with it. Flings it up to Liza Young. Under 20 minutes left to go in the second half. 10-point lead for the Warriors as they look for win number 2. Blake to Bannister. Out in front, shot, turned away. Loose ball. And picked up by Smith. Good save there by Marissa. Smith over to Iannelli. Got by her target, but there to collect is Jamie Arena. Arena trying to work it up the far side. It's it over to Copia. And it went out of play along the sideline, but it stays with the Hillers. Pass over to Scanovan. Scanovan looking to close in. Oh, the Hillers are not going to go down without a fight, that's for sure. They're starting to step it up a bit on defense. Behind the net now to Bovier. Bovier feeds it out to Arena. Dacey. Like that. Hayward Closes in, shot, and a score. That puts an end to the running clock, at least for the moment. Hayward makes it 14-5 at 17:41 left to go. Warriors taking it upfield. Blake over to Alexandra Blake. Now pass by Del Piero. With it is Bannister out in front. And Blake's going to come out of the free position. Closes in, shot and a goal. Kelly Blake makes it 15-5 at 17 minutes left, and we're back to the running clock with the 10-point lead. Medfield has it, collected by Blake. Bannister with it. Feeds it over, and now Blake, Alexandra Blake, back to McDonald. Behind the net she goes. And it's intercepted. Taken by Jamie Arena. Arena taking it upfield. Pass over by Bella Silva. Picked up by Rachel Bouvier. Hayward with it. Out in front, Arena with a shot and a score. And it's a 15-6 game. That was a nice job by Arena. Able to work her way by the defender and pop it in. And Medacey up against Kelly Blake. And Warriors got it. Bannister with it. Out in front. And what a beauty of a pass by Bannister to Profrock. And Profrock puts it in. And that makes it a 16-6 game. Score came in at 14:40 left. And we're back to the running clock with the 10-point lead for Medfield. along the far side. Hillers with it. Trying to work her way up. Along the far side is Kira O'Connor. And we'll get a reset here. It's going to be Michaela Scanovan coming out of free position. Drops it, picked up by Arena. And Arena puts it in. Yeah, Hillers continuing to fight on. And Jamie Arena once again puts the Hillers within 9. And 13-13 left to go in the second half. It's been all Jamie Arena for Hopkinton in the second half. So need her against Kelly Blake. Blake has it. Near side, White. Carrie White. Over to Alexandra Blake. That is Pro Frock. It's a pass over to Kelly Blake out in front. Loose ball, and it's picked up by Marissa Smith. The keeper trying to get rid of it, and it got away from her. She's just able to pick it up. Nearly knocked away by Ann McCarthy. Jamie Arena with it. She's certainly been the biggest threat on the field the second half for the Hillers. We've reached the 12-minute mark of this second half. Bouvier with it. Over to Kira O'Connor. Hayward. I'll make that Dacey, excuse me, Emma Dacey. Feeds it over to Delacopia. Up along the far side now. Pass over by Dacey. In front of Silva. And try to get it to the near side. Went out of play. It's Medfield ball. Loose ball along the far side. Approaching was Kerry White. Able to get to it, and now it's loose once again. And picked up by Ann McCarthy. McCarthy rushing in, and that shot deflected as Pro Frock got the shot off. Nice pass by McCarthy. Picked up by Medfield. There to collect was Kelly Regan. Del Piero. Blake out in front. Shot off the top of the net of the keeper. Shot by Blake. Battle for it now along the near side. Trying to pick it up, Meg McCarran. And she was contested by Bridget McMahon. And over the keeper she goes, Smith. Gets it out, and it's taken back by Medfield. Blake. Over to White. White behind the net. Trying to sneak it in. Good block there by Smith. Hiller's goalkeeper has been busy, but keeping her team within 10. Carey White with it. Over to Blake. And certainly no reason to rush here for Medfield. They're going to let things get established in front of the net. Profrock feeds it out. Shot and a score. Alexandra Blake. Good feed by Profrock. And that makes it a 17-7 game at 8:55 left to go. And the clock is back to a running clock. Medfield back up by 10. Here comes Medfield, Kelly Blake. Out in front, shot, and what a score there by Alexandra Blake. Rips it in. That'll make it 18-7, come at 8:02 left. Now the Hillers would need a couple scores to get rid of that running clock. Blake pulls it down. McCarthy out to Blake. Well, if you're Medfield here, you could really take your time. Blake gonna close in and pushes it out. Alexandra Blake feeds it over. Driving in, a shot and a score. That was, I believe, Cassie McDonald with that one. No, it's going to be Carey White. Carey White with a score. That makes it a 19-7 lead. Goal comes at 6:50 left, as the clock will continue to run. And the Medfield Warriors will grab their second win of the season here. Hillers will fall to 0-2, but two very tough matchups for this young Hillers team to start off the season between Westwood and Hopkinton. Loose ball picked up by Blake. Again, don't forget, tomorrow on HCAM, 4 p.m., we'll have Hillers track and field for you as they take on Holliston, 4 p.m. John Ritz will be there to cover the track and field festivities for us. And then on Thursday, we're hoping to have boys lacrosse for you, as they will have a non-league battle with Algonquin, but that will be weather pending. Certainly we'll keep an eye on the weather, but unfortunately no overhead protection, so if there is rain, we will likely not be out here. Or, excuse me, it's King Philip tomorrow for the boys lacrosse, or on Thursday rather. Then on Friday we'll have Hillers softball and baseball against Westwood. Softball at 4 p.m., baseball under the lights at 6:30 p.m., and we're certainly hoping for clear skies for that game, or those games as well. Picked up by Iannelli. 5 minutes left to go in this one. That's some good tests for this Hillers team, though, in the beginning of the season. And once they get into the heat of the TVL schedule and start playing some of those younger teams within the league, they'll be ready for them because they've already seen a very experienced Westwood team and an experienced Medfield team. And both Westwood and Medfield, two teams that are expected to go pretty far this season in girls lacrosse. Liza Young with it. Up to Ann McCarthy, and Medfield just going to pass it around here, burn out some of that clock. McDonald to Blake. They go behind the net as the sun glares back out. And don't forget, every Wednesday at 2 p.m. you can catch brand new episodes of HCAM Sports Talk. Also available all week long on our YouTube page after the airing on Wednesday at 2 p.m. We'll get you caught up on all the local sports happenings, including some high school, college, professional. Talk a little bit of everything on HCAM Sports Talk. Wednesdays at 2 p.m. just before all the high school games kick off. Warriors looking for another opportunity here. Loose out in front. That was a good job by Marissa Smith getting the stick in there on that attempted shot to deflect it. Under 3 minutes left to go now. Cassie McDonald over to Olivia Smith. And this is what you do. You do some ball control drills when you're up big and it's late in the game. Try to pass it around. And it is taken by Jessie Iannelli. She'll rush up the far side. Hillers trying to work their way in. And Arena looking for another score. It's turned away. Taken by Lily Cumming. Well, some good goalkeeping by Isabella Iannone for Medfield as well. She was able to turn away many of these Hillers shots. And Hopkinton got a fair amount of shots off. This game would have been a lot closer without the good goalkeeping of Iannone. Pass over by Hayward. Hillers gonna play this one out, see if they can get another score or two and get their confidence up. And I think this Hillers team, Jamie Arena is going to be a huge piece, as she was last year, but she gets some great shots off. They're going to need her to really be a big piece scoring-wise. Speaking of scoring, Michaela Scanovan nets one. So Michaela Scanovan gets what will likely be the last score of the game to make it 19-8 at 25 seconds left. As the clock will continue to run as Medfield up by 10 or more. And it's going to run out. They will likely not get this face-off out in time. And that's going to do it. Medfield Warriors improved to 2-0. The Hillers fall to 0-2. as the Medfield Warriors get a 19-8 victory over the Hopkinton Hillers. Not the result the Hillers wanted, but they certainly got battle-tested against a good team, and they will look to retaliate next time. But today, Medfield gets the best of the Hillers by a final score of 19-8. Don't forget, you can check upcoming spring sports broadcasts on our website, hcam.tv. It tells you everything you need to know about what sports are coming up on the HCAM channels, as well as where to find them. But for Joe Frackleton on camera, I'm Tom Nappy. The final score for the final time, Medfield over Hopkinton, 19-8. That is going to wrap up our coverage here today. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.